Hey guys, it's Izzy here. Happy Halloween, as it is Halloween the day that I'm filming this, but I know that you guys are seeing it on the 1st of November. Today we are going to be trying the first sentence of each book that is on my November TBR. It's a loose TBR because this is all mood reading, but you know, we're not putting labels on things here. But let's get into it. The first book that we have is one of my 5-star predictions, and that is Heard It in a Love Song by Tracy Garvis Graves. This is a romance. Let's read the first line here. So it is in the prologue. It's at Layla's perspective and in the present timeline. Layla Hilding smiled at the man standing next to her. Pretty basic. Can't really get anything from that. We have my ebook pick for the month, and this is Nonfiction November, so I am reading a lot of nonfiction. And we have A World Undone, The Story of the Great War, 1914 to 1918 by G.J. Meyer. So this is, as I said, nonfiction. We have the introduction, background. Okay, part 1 here. Leopold von Berchtold and Franz Conrad were polar opposites as men, and over the years they had often been at odds over how Austria-Hungary should deal with its Serbian problem. Oh, that was chapter 2. My bad. Does it start on? I don't see a chapter 1. Okay, here's chapter 1. 34 long, sweet summer days separated the morning on June 28th, when the heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire was shot dead, from the evening of August 1st, when Russia's foreign minister and Germany's ambassador to Russia fell weeping into each other's arms, and what is rightly called the Great War began. I think that's a great start. Like that last part, that was all one sentence. That last part about that's how the Great War began. Really like that. Now we have like my mood reading picks, because these I am set in stone on reading. So my mood reading picks, we have The White Album by Joan Didion. This is one that I've seen quotes from and thought they were absolutely beautiful. So here we go. We tell ourselves stories in order to live. You can think a lot about that quote. That's a great quote to analyze. So good start to that one. Then this is more of a for like giving you information kind of nonfiction, but this is Stranger Things and the 80s, The Complete Retro Guide by Joseph Vogel. Let's see, we have the introduction. That's the thing with nonfiction, you only saw that introduction. So the first chapter is about Stephen King, and it is in July of 2016, best-selling author Stephen King tweeted that watching Stranger Things was like watching a mashup of its own greatest hits. That's interesting. I do think the most recent season of Stranger Things, it's their Stephen King season. So many references, like I was like, this reminds me of so many Stephen King things. So I do think, this came out in 2018, so I'd love to see an updated version. Then we have 3 Women by Lisa Taddeo. Let's see here. This is another nonfiction, but I feel like, oh, literally, oh, that's the author's note, because that's like, that says this is a work of nonfiction. Okay, so, oh gosh, this is kind of a spicy one. When my mother was a young woman, a man used to follow her to work every morning and masturbate and step behind her. Reminds me of the show Sex Education, and honestly, it's disgusting how men feel the need to do that. I mean, luckily, I've never seen anything like that. But like I've heard stories, and I don't understand what goes through their mind to make them do that. Like, keep that to yourself, please, and do it to somebody. If you're gonna do it with somebody else, do it with somebody who's consenting. But okay, Educated by Tara Westover, author's note, prologue. I'm standing on the red railway car that sits abandoned next to the barn. That really paints an image of where the author is. Obviously it says that's where the author is, but I can see it in my mind, knowing that in the description this takes place in Idaho, so I can really see it. So I feel like that's going to be a descriptive one. Then I am trying to read all the books that I own that are on the long list for the Book of the Year prize at Book of the Month. And one of those is Take My Hand by Dylan Perkins Valdez. Let's see here. This is historical fiction, by the way. A year never passes without me thinking of them. You're wondering, who is she thinking about? Why is she thinking about them? It leaves you with questions. And lastly, we have The Good Left Undone by Adriana Trigani. And again, this is another historical fiction. Ooh, it's in like a fancy font. The mountain was a tabernacle with one door. I feel like this could be overwritten just by the way that sentence was. So which one did I like the best out of these? I liked the Joan Didion. Yeah, these two nonfictions. The story of the, or I keep always reading that because it's right in the center. A World Undone and The White Album, I think, had the best starts, the best first sentences, and that's what we're trying to do here, is finding out. So I'm glad that I have that as my first mood reading pick, the Joan Didion one, because I really want to analyze that, like, and I am going to be annotating all these books, so that is quite fun. Or I'm going to be annotating some of them, maybe not all of them, but that's a different time for how I annotate my books. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys had a happy and safe Halloween. If you made it all the way through, leave a rose emoji in the comments below. But as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!